What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody has been having a great week so far, a great start to their week. But yeah, Fruga, hello Aimwise, and hello Rabbit Thought, back at it again. I see. What's that even supposed to mean with the skull emoticon? Yes, I'm doing the shiny hunt I've been doing for the past, like, 3 months. Anyway, yeah, as previously mentioned, we are continuing on with the shiny Minccino hunt. We are at 1,500-ish encounters into this hunt. I'm not expecting it anytime soon, I'm gonna be blunt, but it'd be cool if we got it all the same. Yeah, brain not working. There's not much to explain with this one, other than the fact that this isn't a shiny we can actually catch. This is just, this is a very useful hunt. You'll get a lot of clout for a hunt that none of these weak-willed Poketubers won't be bothered to do. I mean, like, as much as it is, like, a rare hunt, you never know how the internet's gonna, like, receive a thing, how the algorithm's gonna receive a thing. So it'd be nice if, good things came from it, but I'm not gonna bank on that fact. Because there's every chance that video gets 39 or 10k views or anywhere in between, and I just can't predict it. Anyway, hello Melon and hello Rob as well. I hope your weeks have been going well. Gotten off to a good start. You beat Marbled Goma, hell yeah, congratulations. How's it going? Pretty solidly over here. I'd say we hop right into it now I think about it. No use having idle chit-chat when we can have idle chit-chat and be racking up them encounters. Let me just open a couple of doodads. Couple of screens to help. Okay. This is not muted. The tab was almost not muted. No, it's muted now. How's it going? Yeah, it's going pretty solidly in this corner. Had a mostly chill day with maybe a bit too long of a lie-in. But, what's it called? I did get a few new videos done today, though. Shorts, as in, not videos. Not full videos, just shorts. In fact, I did post one of them earlier. Would appreciate some hype on that. Would always be useful. We're going for Muckrock next, but as always, you're doing different stuff between dungeons. That is fair, that is fair. My in-between dungeon experience was getting sidetracked, doing shrines, and doing a bit of depths. Your week has been good, and here's something frustrating. When you were trying to shiny hunt Poor Me, you got not one, not two, but not three, 4 shiny Toxel. Where are you hunting to get that many? That's impressive. Best of luck with that Poor Me, though. You sure you don't need a change of scenery? A better place to munch on a sandwich, perhaps? Hopefully, you know, not get any more Toxel. You'll soon be able to have a team of Toxel, a Toxel team. If you're lucky, you'll have, like, half of each. Like, as in half of the blue and half of the yellow. Hello, Felix. How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. You're hunting in South Province Area 4, Watchtower. Fair. I know they appear in Area 0. At the least you could get, you know, different shinies with that. Change your first Depths armor, the one that gives 1 Gloom Hearts. Oh, that's a good armor set. My tip for the Depths armor, is... I'm not sure if you've noticed the link between the Bargainer statues in the overworld, but I'd examine that, because that can help you get the full set. The second Toxel used a fighting type of Mystica sandwich, and you still got a shiny Toxel. Oh, that is, oh. I guess Toxel just likes you, eh? You've rediscovered your enthusiasm for Pokemon Violet? Hell yeah, well, what caught your interest in it? What you been grinding at? Alright. You're doing 1 fairy fountain per dungeon you complete. That is smart. I did all 4 fairy... No. I did 3 out of 4 fairy fountains after my second dungeon. Because, I didn't... brain. No, I'll get the brain. I started with Gerudo, then I did Goron, so I was nowhere near the, like, newspaper thing that you need to start the fairy quests with. Ugh. Why do you do this to yourself? Fun. I realized that most of my shinies rot in a box anyway, so there's no difference between a shiny I can't catch and a shiny that I can catch but I'm probably not going to use. It's content, don't listen to his lies. It is also content. But that's the only way I'd want to do it. Because this means there'll be, like, recorded evidence of me doing it. Which is as good as a shiny in a box to show. You felt like playing it, you guess. That's understandable, that's understandable. Oh, Ryan, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. I hope your week's been getting off to a good start as well, Zintane. You're hunting Honedge via Masuda. Honedge is a really nice shiny. Best of luck with that. No, Aegislash isn't in Scarlet Violet, it's only a Sword and Shield, isn't it? Hopefully it's in the expansion first. Well, I guess that's just the dub with the games these days. The week started off okay and slightly not great. Work was difficult for the day. We got selected to go to a conference in Liverpool, so that's cool. Get your 2-day trip and a hotel paid for. Oh, that's fun. Hope you have fun in Liverpool. You're good, hell yeah. Glad to hear it. Alright. Sorry, start of stream, brain's still whirring into action, it's still turning it on. The sandwich is perfect, finally no ingredients fall over, you're very happy. That is the goal. Sandwiches are so hard to... Okay, they're not hard to for me. I could easily make the sandwich perfect every time with the 3 tofu blocks I need for the Dunsparce hunt, because it's 3 tofu blocks. But I keep on trying to stack them vertically, which obviously isn't gonna work. Yeah, Sword and Shield. You're planning to name your Aegislash, Blackout. What do you think of the name? Oh, I think that's a fun name. I like that one. Gypto Bones late game gonna help. I mean, the Gypto Bones any point of the game gonna help. They're very powerful. You're playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. Hell yeah. I hope you're having fun with that. Like, the Spider-Man games are, like, games I wanna get around to playing at some point, because they seem really fun. But, I don't know. The Switch is the only console that I've managed to put any time into, you know? Like, and I think half of that is just the fact that it's handheld as well. Like, I don't know what it is about home consoles, but I can never get into them. The Switch is the only one I've ever managed to. And I feel like that only half counts, because it's the Switch. But I would like to play it at some point. Dark Dragon, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Did I know Aegislash is your favourite Pokemon? It is a good choice, to be fair. Aegislash is very cool. I really like its gimmick as well, the ability of it. You cannot believe your excitement after seeing your first silver enemy. Mine was underwhelmment, because, like, the Bokoblin horns get cooler and cooler and cooler, and then the silver one just has a fucking little dongly bit on the end. It's got a bloody pom-pom at the end of it. Which ruins the look of, like, any weapon you try to put it on. And I don't know why they did that. Like, they go, like, the single pronged short one, like a two-pronged one, a three-pronged one, and you're like, oh, I bet the silver one's gonna be like a proper, like, fork. No, it's a weird, like, proboscis. Anyway, stance change, hell yeah. What is your favorite Pokemon ability, guys? Like, out of all the abilities. You see, I shouldn't have asked that question yet, because I'm not sure I have an answer myself yet. I think Guts is a fun one, because it's like a nice trade-off. I think I know yours at this point. I feel like I could guess. Slow start. Because you're like Regigigas in a wheel. That is fair. I feel sorry for slow start. Yeah, I like Guts. Guts is a fun one. You think Intrepid Sword is probably one of the best? It is, but I feel like that doesn't necessarily make it a favorite. He once dreamt Regigigas was viable and competitive. That must have been a very, like, surreal dream. Like, just one of those ones where you wake up and think, wow, that was so unrealistic. I like how in Legends of Arceus they entirely removed abilities, but still fucked over Regigigas. Like, their spite towards that one guy in particular is hilarious. Flame Body for convenience. That is fair. Flame Body is a nice one. I find Cute Charm funny as well, because, like, Attract is just, Infatuation is, like, just a completely unremovable status. Like, you've got that until your opponent faints or you faint. Simple as. Parental Bond. Skill Link. Those are also very good, good choices. I find it funny how they nerfed Parental Bond in Gen 7. It was like, yeah, no, this is a bit too good. It's a shame that, like, abilities like Parental Bond won't be seen again for such a long time, though. Because, like, we'll only get Parental Bond the next time Mega Kangaskhan's in a game. As long as said Mega Kangaskhan isn't in another game like Let's Go. Regigigas did have a niche in ZU. The tier which Wailord's in. Wait, Wailord's just, like, bad? I don't know anything about competitive, I'm gonna be honest. You do believe one time Regigigas made it to the finals in Sword and Shield Championships thanks to wheezing neutralizing gas. Oh, that makes sense, actually. That's cool. I like that. Mega Genghis-Khan? No, not quite. Use that with a kangaroo and make it a mother. Alright. Re Blood Moon, you can always just TP to the Colosseum and claim 2 more Silver Lionel Saber Horns. That's fair. I don't know, Lionels are like a weird thing, because they're so hard at first, but after you just get their patterns down, they become very easy. I remember, like, I think my last death in Tears of the Kingdom was between the Gerudo dungeon and the Goron dungeon against a blue Lionel, which I then beat after. So I got it down. Good thing your dumb tin can neighbor competitive nerd is here. I mean, yeah, we've also got Aimwise too, but I think Aimwise is currently fixated on other things. To involve himself on competitive Pokemon talks. That's honestly the one thing I'm, like, kind of sad about with Mega Evolution being gone. Because I don't like Megas that much. The designs are cool, but I don't like the idea of Mega Evolution. It's just that, like, so many Pokemon got cool things with Mega Evolution, and they're never gonna... They're never going to get that again. Okay, brain restarted, we're fine. Yeah, just like some Pokemon got really cool stuff through Mega Evolution, and that's stuff they'll never get back. Something that you want to say is most Mega Pokemon actually suffer when they Mega Evolve. They do! In the Sun and Moon Pokedex entries, it all details that they just go through, like, immeasurable pain. Which is fucked up. Like, Glalie Mega Evolution makes its jaw break. And whatnot. Like, you have to wonder why they decided to do that. It's like, oh yeah, Mega Evolution is horrible for the Pokemon, by the way. And then they just never included it in a game again. They dropped the fun little tidbit that Mega Evolution actively harms the Pokemon, and then never touched upon it again. It was just gone after that. Pinsir is very interesting though, because unlike the others, Pinsir is extremely joyous because it can fly. Love that. Honestly, we love to see a Pinsir winning. Mega Evolution is supposed to help weak Pokemon become strong. Mega Mawile also suffers a Mega Evolution. Let's give Mega... Yeah, Mega Blaziken, Metagross, and Garchomp because they're weak. Yeah, no, not quite. That's honestly my big issue, like one of my big issues with Mega Evolution. Is just like, it was pitched as the idea to make weak Pokemon stronger. Not only did it give a bunch of strong Pokemon stronger forms, but those weak Pokemon now probably aren't gonna get new forms because they can Mega Evolve. You know? Or could Mega Evolve. Like, I feel like we're not gonna see, like, a Mawile evolution, or even, like, an alternate Mawile form, because it has a Mega Evolution. Beedrill. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying there aren't examples. of weak Pokemon that were given good forms, or that were like given Mega Evolutions. But also, both Ho and Pseudos got a Mega. Tyranitar did. Garchomp did. Rayquaza did. Mewtwo did. Like, just so many already viable Pokemon got Megas that it just feels like the whole, oh, we're making weak Pokemon stronger, seems like an excuse to just give new forms to fan-favorite Pokemon. Mewtwo got 2 even, exactly. So on Reddit, and a post said, did you know that Wolfie VGC made an official rule? It's called Rule 34. Google it if you want to know. You were 8 at the time. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, that, not fun. But if you're making strong Pokemon stronger and weak Pokemon stronger, they'll be outclassed by the buff stronger Pokemon, exactly. Precisely that. And then in 2 generations, they just kind of scrapped the mechanic and never referred to it again. Well, no, they referred to it again, to be fair, but I don't know. I honestly think my bigger issue is just how the fan base is obsessed over it for so long as well. Like, and additionally, it became the start of every new generation having to have some kind of gimmick, which I don't like. Like, I think terrestrialization is my favorite gimmick just because it's such a non-intrusive gimmick. You know? Like, it's a gimmick based in game mechanics that are already there. And that's what I like about it. You know? It's not like a newer concept being brought in. It's like, here's an older concept that we're kind of like putting an interesting twist on. Can we talk about why Regigigas is a normal type? I mean, all I know is that Regigigas is like meant to be like a golem that was like sealed away. And also the dots on its face. Okay, no. The dots on the yellow bit on its face, those are its eyes, not the colored dots on the sides. Like those colored dots, those aren't its eyes. It's the little black ones in the middle. Because those are what all the other Regis have as eyes. You only want Megas back because you want Reyna's Evo. That is understandable. You're struggling with Phantom Gannons you find across the map. Honestly, I struggled more with the hands. Alright. Like, I want to ask if you see Regigigas wobble to you and screaming like it's down to hell, you don't go, oh, that's normal. It's pretty, like... What's it called? Huh? What did you even do? What? But huh? I don't even know what I pressed to make that happen. I don't know if you guys saw that up at the top left. Give Regigigas a beard. Another mossy beard. Their attacks are way too delayed. I don't know, I still always ended up struggling with them just because there are so many. And, like, there are a bunch in enclosed spaces. Anyway. You just never thought of it having facial features. I feel like even Pokemon without facial features, we tend to assign facial features, though. I mean, most people seem to. It always fucks me up that the hole on Roggenroller's face is an ear, not an eye. Like... what? Like, can Gigalith see? Does Gigalith get eyes? Or are those still ears? Gloomhands are kind of easy if you have a Lionel Bow spamming Bomb Flowers. The issue is if you throw a bomb... if they're on top of you and you do a Bomb Flower, you're probably going to kill yourself first. Alright. I find it funny when they make... when they're like, oh, this Pokemon has an exclusive ability that only it has, and it's the same ability that already exists on another Pokemon, they just gave it a new name. Like, I feel like that happened a bit too much in Sun and Moon. Where they just started making a bunch of abilities that do the same thing, but have, like, different names. Here's another thing. Regigigas can split continents, it says in the Pokédex, which seems normal until you realize it's a literal giant golem. Realize if you see a literal giant golem doing that, that wouldn't be normal. I mean, I guess it would be more normal in, like, the ancient Pokemon world, you know? Yeah. So, like, I guess the question there is, did Groudon create, like, one landmass, and then Regigigas split the continents? Does that also mean that continental drift isn't a thing in the Pokemon world? Like, is continental drift just not a thing? If Regigigas has to do it? Or is that just like a classic Pokédex lie? Like Magcargo being hotter than the surface of the sun. Well, I always thought they were referencing Regigigas to Atlas, being able to hold the world in his back. I feel like that is, like, one of the references. I'm not sure the full story, but I know that there's, like, one story where there was, like, a golem that people built, but they had to, like, shut it down on Sunday. Yeah, they had to, like, shut the golem down on Sunday, or it would go on a rampage. And then one day they forgot and had to seal it away. And I think that's what Regigigas is a reference to. So let's go on Showdown real quick and just sweep 4 Pokemon with 2. Almost killed the Volcarona too. Keep squaring away people on Showdown with 2 Pokemon. Oh, as in your team is only 2 Pokemon? Alright. Also, you think it should be a ground type, but it has something to do with the continents, and that looks... And it looks like a continent. I don't know, I can see why it's normal. Like, I kind of get where you're coming from, but... 1490, good, yeah, exactly. No, yeah, definitely on the same page there. Miss 1490, great year, that one. Honestly, that was where things started going downhill, was in 1490. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you guys watched Tom Scott, but he dropped a video today which was interesting. It was a follow-up on his video last week. Yeah, it was a follow-up on his video last week, where he, like, was talking about this facility that tests bear-resistant items. Because basically, in, like, states with bears, like American states with bears, they have to make a lot of things bear-resistant. Because if bears get into those things, they'll realize that they can get food from these places, and they'll end up being around humans more, which is obviously a massive threat. So they take bears that are more familiar with humans and more willing to be around humans, and just like, I'm not sure like what kind of facility they keep them in. I'm not sure if they're like, I'm guessing they are. There's like a lot of space for them to move around, and if they are kept captive there, but they basically use those bears to try to break into bear-resistant things, like, made by people, to, like, sell. But, one of the GoPros that, like, they used to get some of the footage of the bears was picked up by a bear and, like, dropped into, like... It was picked up by a bear and, like, the bear wandered off with it. And obviously they couldn't immediately reclaim it because the bears had it. And after it ran out of battery and, like, had a bit of time to regather battery, like, bears managed to turn it back on and record, like, a couple of videos with it. But because the bears recorded the videos, that's public domain. You can't claim ownership over a video recorded by an animal. So Tom Scott released the footage to the public, which I find fun. Just for anyone to use, because it's a video recorded by a bear. That fucks me up. Yeah, humans are not known to be bear resistant. That's true, they're not. Alright. Fight has a slow start makes RTGers go through physical and psychological trauma and fights back into getting shape, and after that, it's back to normal. After switching out, the cycle begins. I just always assumed it's like it's waking up, you know? Like it's got to get going. What about you, Cahir? Can you resist bears? No, they look very soft. I'd want to give a bear a hug. You know? Like... Why didn't we domesticate bears? That's my question. Why didn't ancient man try to do something to domesticate bears? Because they just looks so cute, and we didn't do anything about that? Ridiculous, you know? Wolves? Sure, they're fun. Cats, like, they more domesticated themselves, apparently. But, like... the bears? We should have done that. Why didn't we do that? Unbelievable. I think we should make it our mission now to domesticate bears. That should be, like, the next thing we do. Is domesticate bears. I'd want a pet bear. Probably try, except the humans that did died, not strong enough then. That's a skill issue. That is a skill issue. I stand by that. They should have tried harder. If your mum heard that, she'd be very mad, because her favourite animal is the red panda. Aren't those not bears? I swear they were like their own thing. Wait, what does that have to do with bears? Pandas are bears, though. Yeah, but red pandas are the little guys, right? The little guys with the bushy tails. Red panda is small, exactly. Yeah, and they're not actually pandas. They might belong in the bear family, okay. However, later genetic research placed red pandas in their own family. Iluridae. So yeah, red pandas aren't bears. They are their own thing. Yeah, you can make that bear a pet, exactly. But yeah, red pandas, not bears. Not quite. And that family of Alidurae, the red pandas are the only surviving members. Yep. They're the only thing in their branch. 1,507 times looking at Minccino. M-wise, if that seems like a too high of a number to you, do not get into shiny hunting. This is quick for forwards. This is still a fast hunt. Right. This pretty sure more dumber than a legendary noob spammer. I was gonna be like, nah. But you did say more dumber. So maybe you are on the ball there. I feel like the red panda thing isn't like that well known. What about Regice? That was like 2,000 encounters. I think I got it at like 1,900 and something. Which is still another 400 encounters away. And like, that's 1 in 4,000. This is 1 in 8,000. It's literally just shiny hunting. I've been doing this for years. Yeah, I've been doing this for the better part of a decade. Not always streaming it, But for the better part of a decade, this is we're on track. Your friend shiny hunted all the random ass park Pokemon? Oh, that's fun. And they've got all of them? Yeah, oh nice. That's a good achievement in what's it called? In about 2 years. Like, because there are, like, a solid, like, 12 or so in that, right? You made a shiny Pawmi despawn! No! Oh, that is... Oh, I'm sorry, Melon. But hey, that's, like, half the way to having your own shiny Pawmi. I'm sure you'll get it next time. Oops, all shiny when? I feel like that would be quite the challenge. But I will say, there is one very, like, foolish part of me that wants to shiny hunt the shiny Starly and shiny Starter in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Not Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Diamond and Pearl. And get them both at the same time. I feel like if I did that, I should probably, like, set up a thing where it's showing, like, multiple of course. Multiple of course, multiple at once. I read, like, Mango's message and fused it into what I was saying. You're gonna do all the bargain statues so you don't have to run around finding them again. That is smart. Pro tips with CahirLIVE. There's, like, one, like, underlying theme. Like, they're all in, like, a specific location in correspondence to the overworld. But don't just consider the overworld, consider the sky. If that makes any sense. You spent a week hunting for this, red rat to not only despawn, but it wastes more than 48 hours of your life you won't get back. You got this, Melon. You gotta persevere. That's what shiny hunting's about, innit? Yeah, it's like saved you from Gloomhands on the way up Mount Linear by freezing it. Oh, nice. You got yours when hunting an Iron Valiant, and a Pawmod just appeared. Oh, that's fun. I mean, yeah, I've just kind of focused on Dunsparce with Scarlet Violet Mons for now. Just because it's too easy for me. I like a challenge when I hunt. And I feel like Scarlet Violet shinies are just a bit too common for my liking. I'm not, like, gonna slate anybody who hunts in Scarlet Violet, to be clear. I know there are a lot of, like, elitist shiny hunters who claim anything after, like, Gen 5 is too easy and whatnot. But, what was it called? I said, what's it called? My brain shut down. Okay, no, that's fine. I feel like my brain's been running well the past few days. I don't know why it's shut down now. Do you think I've done a Perseverance? You did 100,000 encounters for a shiny Alola Ride Pokemon because you thought you could get a shiny rideable Pokemon? And there wasn't any point along the road that you tried to look it up just to make sure you were right? Fair enough. Best of luck with your shiny for me. Holy shit. I'm in shock at that. That is a lot. I wonder if I've ever even done, like... What's it called? I've even done 100,000 encounters in my shiny career. Didn't do your research because your internet was horrible. No, you spent an entire night, you must add. Wait, as in... Wait, so were you tracking the encounters? You are tracking the encounters. Okay, okay. You're currently doing a Mewtwo in Ultra Moon. You think you're about 300 in. Ah, fair enough. Best of luck with that. What's it called? Yeah, I think my Mewtwo in Let's Go was probably one of my quickest hunts. Any advice for Rillaboom raids? Not really. Gonna be honest. No, I just wing raids. I, like, sometimes build the recommended Pokemon the day of. Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I build the recommended Pokemon the day of. And then... pivot to Heatran instead. I feel like, what was it called? Koraidon might be a good bet. You might use Corviknight for it. That could work as well. But yeah, I'm thinking Koraidon. Because the Sunny Day boost will help immensely. It's normal type. What is Rillaboom's Lun set, I guess is the question. What's its Generation 9 moveset? It gets Acrobatics, which could be a threat to fighting types, but that's about it. Yeah, no, in terms of, like, moves that, beat... In terms of moves that beat fighting types, only Acrobatics. So you're weak to potential Acrobatics. But yeah, if that's the only move it has, though, I feel like it's not going to be that big of a threat, though, right? I don't know, I'm just seeing just Acrobatics, and I'm feeling underwhelmed. Corviknight resists everything but Drain Punch. Ah, fair, but can it deal the damage needed? That's, like, the big question. What's its Terra? It's Terra Normal. Try Lucario? Maybe, actually. That's a fair shout. Does Lucario get Screech? Wait, what's Rillaboom's stat line like? And does Corviknight get Metal Sound? In Generation 9. Because Metal Sound is a TM. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. But it does get Fake Tears. It does get Fake Tears. Okay. Here's my suggestion. I mean, yeah, I'm guessing the only person here who'll be doing the Corviknight race with me will be Rob. Unless Felix wishes to join in. If Corviknight might be a shout, and then Lucario's the main one. And to help make Lucario Terastallize to type Ghost to make it immune to normal and fighting moves. That's also a fair bet. But honestly, I don't think normal... I don't think we need to Terastallize it. So, if what we do is, hear me out. Lucario, main Pokemon. EV train, special attack, and defense. Maybe, like, the rest in, like, HP or speed? Not sure. Main move, Aura Sphere. Other Pokemon. Corviknight or other Pokemon that resist most of what Rillaboom has. With Fake Tears. Fake Tears it until it's, like, minimum defense. Lucario, I'm pretty sure, gets Metal Sound. So Lucario can join in if it's just me and you, Rob. And then we can one-shot it. And then, yeah, Corviknight go mostly just defensive stuff. I guess maybe Lucario needs a special buffing attack instead. But I guess that depends if every, how many... Yeah, I think Rainer might be safe. That's a fair bet as well. Does Rainer get Metal Sound? Or are you saying Rainer is the main... attacker? Okay, Lucario doesn't get Metal Sound. Quarter resists Grass, but no Metal Sound. It also resists Steel. I don't think Rillaboom gets any Fire. I mean, yeah, Rainer might be safe, but... no, it depends if we want to go for, like, an actual build with it, though. As in for the fight. I bet Lucario is going to be one of the main Pokemon used to take it down. I just feel like if we get, like, 2 tons of Fake Tears and Nasty Plots off, then I feel like one Aura Sphere should just KO instantly, right? Why the Lucario and Corviknight do the job well? Resist Grass and Normal. And since it's also Flying type, Drain Punch is neutral to it. Yeah, no. More or less, but my worry is, like, its actual, like, damage output. Because that's always the threat. It's how much damage you're doing. You can be as tanky as you want, but if you've not got a good offense in a raid battle, you're just screwed. Because, especially if you're doing it alone, like I'm pretty sure Aimwise is. Because the party helpers won't really do that well. Just for damage, which is interesting. Home Claws and Roost to help with HP and damage output. The issue with Roost is it does take away your flying type, so you'd be weak to Drain Punch then. But that's if it has Drain Punch. I'm not sure there'd be a good reason for it to have Drain Punch, because fighting's going to be its biggest issue. I guess flying is a likely type. Wait, no, yeah, flying... Steel is a likely type, but like... so's fire and flying. Yeah, I think Bulk Up's probably the best. And that'll do good damage, aim-wise. Or will it just do chip damage the whole time? Because you're going to want to do good damage to it, keep in mind. Because unless you're doing it online, the NPCs aren't going to help. Especially not against a 7-star. Most I'll do is like paralyze it. The moment it puts up a shield, I think you're going to have to be very quick at spamming attacks. I think Corviknight could be a good bet, it's just he's not got any buffing moves on it. Okay, you do a Fighting Terror type. Sorry, missed that. The Driplim NPC normally Wisps it, and Taurus and Straptor Intimidate. That's fair, but you'd need to get lucky with those ones, wouldn't you? And they're not going to do damage to it. They're just going to help you out. I mean, try it and get back to me. I'm just not sure if it would do enough damage. You got lucky with the Greninja Rage, really lucky. Why did you get all 3 of those? Honestly, I don't think I've done any of the 7-star ones alone. You've done all the 7-stars though. Yeah, no, I was just saying I don't think I've done any of them. Although personally the thing I value about raids is being able to do them with other people, you know? I like the community aspect of raids. Myself. I know you're very much in it for like the thrill of the fight. The problem is most of them depended on the Terror to be active, like Serral Edge against Delphorks. Yeah, that's fair. but also quite the risk, especially since you have to attack to get the terror thing up, and most of those guys have, like, the terror debuff. So it's generally 4 turns before you can Terastallize. Honestly, that's why I think Heatran ended up doing so well against Stealthox. Just because it didn't have to. It was basically, like, ready from the get-go. And it could also Terastallize and absolutely demolish Delphox. Didn't have to. Psychic nearly killed you before you Terra Steel. Does Steel resist Psychic anymore? I thought it stopped in Gen 6. I just closed down my Firefox tab. I'm not even going to bother looking it up at this point. I was thinking, since the AI will help decrease the damage by Rillaboom, what about Ghost Steel? What Ghost Steel types even are there? Oh. Goldango. H-Slash and Goldango. One of those is like the best Pokemon in like the thing, and the other one was brought up on stream earlier. I'm just stupid. I mean, Goldango's a bit of a fix-all solution to most fights anyway, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you want to beat anything, I feel like Goldango is probably one of the safest bets. They did that guy good for, like, being the 1000th Pokemon. I don't know, I like Goldango a lot. I think Goldango's cool. Zoned out. Aegislash is probably going to destroy the meta when it gets released. Is it that good? What's it normally? I don't know, I know Aegislash's ability is, like, good. But I'm always skeptical when people are like, this thing is going to destroy the meta. It's an Ubers, Arthur. Is Aegislash going to get released, though? Like, do we have confirmation of Aegislash in Scarlet Violet, or...? Goldango would be really good if it, if you make its EVs in bulk, since there'll be Will-O-Wisp and Intimidate. Yeah, but the thing is there's a low chance of there being Will-O-Wisp and Intimidate. Unless you're willing to, like, reset for ages to get the perfect party. I don't think so. Yeah, I was thinking it hadn't been. It'd be cool if it was, but there's no confirmation yet. It got nerfed. That's for Gen 6 and 7. In Gen 8, it got nerfed to its attack stats. Make it not Uber anymore. Oh, whack. I guess the question is how much will Terastallization help it? Which is the big question with most Pokemon. Alright. But you've been taking a break from Pokemon since you got Tears of the Kingdom. That's fair. The main reason I didn't. I mean, the main reason I'm not in, like, a constant break from Pokemon when there's not a main game released is just because I stream it nowadays. Like, before I streamed it, I went through, like, a Pokemon phase, like, once every few months. But because I stream it now, I get to constantly do Pokemon stuff, which I enjoy. Like, my Pokemon cycle would generally be get obsessed with the first game of a generation. But, after that, could do Tinkaton. Well, what's wrong with, like, a fighting type, though? Why is everyone like, here's a solution. A Pokemon that isn't super effective against the opponent already whatsoever. That's my question. You know the Judge IV thing? I do know the Judge IV thing. The Zonai Hoverbike is one of the most annoying things to build. It's so finicky, isn't it? Like, if you get, like, one of the fans a little bit off... No. No ball. I mean, do explain Tinkaton to be clear, Rob. I just don't... I don't know. I feel like Lucario is probably a good solution over that. I feel like the best counters to raid Pokemon tend to be Pokemon that are super effective against them with few weaknesses to the types they're likely to throw at you. And Lucario's got all of that. You just found out the Esperatha used the whole game has no good special attack. Things make sense now, oh no. And Tinkaton has pretty bad everything. I feel like Tinkaton has pretty bad everything, but kind of makes up for that with, like, the hammer attack. Like, that's Tinkaton's thing. Tinkaton is kind of mid. But it has that, like, hammer attack that makes it goated. She might make it with a base and 4 fans. That's more or less what I did. Wait, I'm actually forgetting something. Why not Iron Hands? This is the this is what I'm looking for. This is it. That's a good point. Why not Iron Hands? Acrobatics is probably what I'd say. Because if you can't get that belly drum off, you're fucked. Alright. It's neutral, electric typing. Oh, electric does resist flying? I always thought electric didn't resist flying. Oh, it does. That's crazy. Earthquake. I mean, yeah, but does it have much business knowing Earthquake? Maybe you confused it with water. Probably. I feel like I always confuse resistances. I always say this, but resistances are just not my strong suit. It could have EQ for sure. Actually, that would damage Lucario quite badly as well, wouldn't it? It would quite. Maybe Lucario isn't the shout. Unless you give it the air balloon, but that's only one turn without Earthquake. Did Eventide change since Breath of the Wild? Do you want the answer? Or do you want to find out? I guess that's the... I mean, I guess you are asking, but... There's a few you always forget, like Fire Resistant Fairy. I know Fire Resists Fairy because it's such an odd one that it stands out to me. I know it has to be great, you just need to make it bulky. I don't know, I'd say the issue is it doesn't really resist a lot of Rillaboom's stab. I think that'll be a big issue, because Rillaboom's quite the powerhouse, isn't it? It's got a good attack stat. So... You'd want to be careful with what it throws at you that first turn after Belly Drum. Sure. Eventide is, it's got a different challenge on it now, let me put it that way. Eventide-like areas are now just more or less all in shrines, which I think is fun. I prefer the new tests of strength in Tears of the Kingdom. That are like basically Eventide Island shrines, or like Master Sword Trial shrines. They made them unique, exactly, and I like that a lot more. Yeah, but Rillaboom is pretty physically bulky, so you pretty much want a special attacker. I was thinking that, that's why I was suggesting Lucario. Yeah, sure, if we keep it alive long enough for 2 turns, then you can just Belly Drum, Drain Punch, Shell Bell should work. Yeah, the issue is keeping it alive for those 2 turns, especially if it has Earthquake. I think I'm just gonna wait and see what, like, all the big raid tutorial guys are saying. Breath of the Wild mostly had tests of strength. Yeah, no. That honestly really annoyed me, was how many tests of strength there were in Breath of the Wild. I'd just go into another shrine and it'd be like, test of strength, and I was like, okay, cool. I've beaten this exact shrine about 15 times before, so this isn't going to be an issue on the 16th, is it? They're going to need to see what the moves are, exactly. Honestly, Tears, though, has mostly Blessing shrines, I've noticed. Like, most of Tears' shrines are Blessing shrines, which I think is fine for most of them, because generally there's a challenge outside of the shrine. Generally, the shrine challenge is like, bring the gem to the shrine, or navigate through this cave or something. But I feel like, sometimes they just hand them to you a bit too easily. Like, there have been a few times when there's just been a shrine somewhere, I've been like, oh cool, let me do this quickly. I go over to it, and it's just a blessing. But yeah. Honestly though, with Tears of the Kingdom, I've been thinking lately, I hope whatever the next Legend of Zelda game is, Zelda has, like, more story presence. Because, no, that's not fair to say, I don't think. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are really weird games, because Zelda is very present in both of their stories, yet has, like, no presence in the games. Like, she has presence in the story, but no presence in the gameplay. And I hope whatever's next gives you, like, Zelda to actively interact with. I think the next big thing that Nintendo are going to have to, like, admit to themselves is the final boss doesn't have to be beatable the moment you've completed the tutorial. That's been a really nice thing for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, But I think if they want to make a better story, they're going to have to make a final boss that actually occurs after. That actually occurs at the end, that you can't just tackle immediately. Like, I get why they've done it, but I don't think it's, like, realistic to continue it. Just because Ganondorf has, like, no presence in Tears of the Kingdom as well. Like, you learn nothing about Ganondorf, and it's because he doesn't get a chance to actually be in the story. KJM, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. From what you've seen so far, there's no armor for easily defeating Construct or Gloom Hands like the Ancient set. Yeah, more or less. It's been good, how am I? Hell yeah, glad to hear it. Yeah, things have been pretty solid in this corner. Had a pretty chill start, but better chill than painful, eh? But yeah, no, I'm just worried that Nintendo are gonna decide that they want every Zelda game from now on to be beatable from the beginning. Like Breath of the Wild and Tears. Instead of realizing, oh, we don't need to do this, we can make a better story if we don't do this. Like, Calamity Ganon kind of thrived off the fact that it was, like, a non-physical threat, if that makes sense. Calamity Ganon is as much of in the Guardians and the Bokoblins and the Stalfos and the Divine Beasts as it is in Hyrule Castle, you know? But, Ganondorf, his whole thing builds off the fact that Ganondorf has been in previous games. Ganondorf's threat is just because you know he's been a threat before, if that makes sense. Ganondorf's threat is like two things. Number one, notoriety. You know who Ganondorf is. Number two, the fact he strips all of, like, Link's health out at the beginning of the game. It's thunderstorming, I guess you can call it here. But what else would you call it? It's been thunderstorming a lot lately around here as well. Thunderstorms are funny because, like, most animals are afraid to... Okay, no. Let me restart the sentence. Missy, my cat, is funny with thunderstorms. Because every other animal is so scared of thunderstorms, yeah? They'll, like, cower when they hear, like, thunder. Missy is scared of anything. Like, you approach her in the wrong way and she'll dash for, like, the wind. Like, she's always been that way since we got her. It's just how... It's just her temperament. We're wondering if, like... The people we got her from had, like, a kid who seemed very, like, hands-on with... with the cat, so we're wondering if something happened there or something like that. But she's got, like, a very spooked temperament. She is fine with thunderstorms. She hears thunder, she just sleeps through it. Like, I have known her to, like, leap up onto my windowsill and just stare outside during a thunderstorm. She does that, like, when it's fine out as well. She just likes staring out the window. But she is not scared of thunder at all. Nor is she scared of fireworks. It's just a funny contrast with her, because, like, on one hand, if someone who, like, she's known for the past, like, 5 years approaches her, like, a little too quickly, other way. But loud noises from the sky, yeah, that's fine. And she's not deaf either, to be clear. Like, that's definitely not the answer. She is very talkative, and we have conversations all the time. Ganondorf has been an iconic enemy, exactly. And that's like what Ganondorf in Tears builds off of, is how iconic he is. You know Ganondorf's a threat. But, I don't know, I'd rather they, like, actually build up the next antagonist through the story, instead of just relying on the history of the franchise to do the legwork. And I guess the environment as well. As with the Calamity Ganon. Alright. Hope he's harder than Calamity Ganon. I feel like he is. But the issue is like, once you're good at Breath of the Wild, once you're good at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom's combat, I feel like nothing's that big of a threat, you know? Like, one day I want to waltz into the final boss of Tears of the Kingdom with, like, minimum gear, you know? Just because it'd be interesting to have, like, that as, like, a better challenge. Because, like, when you waltz in there with, like, 38 hearts and weapons built to the nines, nothing's gonna be a threat to you. Alright. Do 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 do. I think I need to add more songs to the playlist. I know this is like my general state of mind, is I should add more songs to the playlist, but like I should add more songs to the playlist. Honestly, it's crazy that this playlist has been around for like 2 years at this point. Like, I made this playlist when I first started streaming, and I've just been building upon it. Like, there were multiple occasions when I was like, I should make a new playlist, but I just added to the old one. It's a good playlist, though. I like the playlist. Colgara was a fun boss fight. Honestly, Colgara was the easiest for me. Like, Colgara is a grand boss fight, but it's not a hard boss fight. You didn't do phase 2 till you heard the best part of the music. That's fair. Colgara's theme is a banger. Alright. Calculator. Oh, I see what I've done. Okay. I mean, very high-tech counting tool that I use. Yes. Only the best counting tools here. Alright. I think I'm going to go to the toilet quickly. I'll be right back. Make sure to stay tuned, because once I am back, we will be continuing the hunt, and who knows, maybe we will get the shiny today. But yeah, be right back. And we are back again. Piss GG indeed. Indeed. Ah, shit, I just turned my monitor off. Yeah, fuck. Brain. Dreams. Yes, dreams. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I've had, like, a handful. And I mean, like, a countable amount of dreams about myself streaming. But what I've had a lot more of are dreams about my terrarium. Like, they're really common. And I don't know why. Like, I was thinking about this. Like, last night I had a dream where there was, like, a snake in my terrarium. And I was like, oh shit, that's not good. How am I going to get it out of there? But I can't get bitten. And that was, like, a weird dream. But, like, I've had so many dreams about my terrarium. Like, it's crazy. But, like, it's not that big of a... It's not that, like, big of a... part of my life, you know? Like, I go for, like, a month and a half just ignoring the thing. And then I'll look in it. And be like, whoa, there's, like, baby woodlice in here now. That's so cool, you know? Like, I'll, like, just not look at it all that much for a while. And then look back at it and be like, oh, wow, thing is happening in here. That's really cool. But, like, most of the time, I'm just leaving that thing to its own devices, you know? But I just have so many dreams about it. It's in... Like, I wonder what subconsciously thing it does. But, like, I don't know, like, the thing that, like, weirds me out the most about it is I don't have dreams about streaming much. And that's, like, the main thing I do at the moment, you know? But, like, I've had, like, a couple of dreams where I'm streaming in them. But, like, mostly it's just terrarium... Well, not mostly, it's just terrarium dreams. Like, I'd say, like, a solid 10% of my dreams feature my terrarium at least, like, a bit, you know? They'll at least have, like, a detour where all of a sudden I'm thinking about my terrarium for a bit. Even if they were entirely unrelated before. But, like... Yeah. Another thing I've been seeing a lot recently about dreams... Do you guys dream about your phone? Like, are your phones in your dreams, is the question. Do you ever have, like, a dream and your phone's in the dream? Because I've, like, seen that not that question, but, like, that thing going around a lot, where people are like, I never dream about my phone, you know? Like, and people are, like, trying to make it out as if it's a bigger thing than it actually is, like, oh, do you dream about your phone? Like, if you don't dream about it, that's clearly, like, a sign that blank or whatever the fuck. I do, you know, I do. My phone is present in my dreams. Sometimes a friend will, like, message me on my phone and I'll check it and I'll just have a conversation with them on my phone. And there'll just be, like, a nice dream detour as I just have a conversation with my friend over text. Like, I guess I never use it for, like, things I do tend to use my phone for in the day, like social media and stuff. Like, I don't take a break from, like, whatever's going on in the dream to, like, browse Twitter. But, like, I'll often, like, talk to friends over the phone and stuff. Like... Was it? Oh, brain. No brain. No brains. Alright. Might try and do a labyrinth? Labyrinths are fun, you should. Raw's underwhelming, but they're fun. Alright. But yeah, dreams are weird. I feel like I went through a stage when I just wasn't dreaming much, but these days I find I dream a lot more. The one that's next to the Akala Ancient Tech Lab, since it's close to a high sky island. I mean, like, do whichever you feel like, right? But yeah, what was it called? Yeah, dreams be weird. Be peculiar. One thing that's like interested me about media recently, like about like just general movies and stuff recently, is like there's so much to do in the game, but you can't do all of it at one time. I feel that. Anyway, media. I feel like there's been a lot of good villains in media as of late, you know? Like, I don't mean just, like, within the past couple of years. I mean, in, like, the past half-decade, we've had, like, shit like Thanos. Obviously, like, Death in Puss in Boots. Miguel O'Hara. And, Spot and stuff. But it interests me that, like, none of them have been from Disney, really. I mean, I guess technically Thanos has been from Disney, but that's not what I mean. I mean, like, the main Disney films, you know? Like, the main, like, Disney princess films and whatnot. Like, I feel like a lot of really iconic villains like Ursula, Maleficent, are, like, very, like, iconic villains have come from Disney. But, like, nowadays, they just don't do villains at all. You know? Like, Pixar seems to tend to, like, avoid them as well now. Like, I guess that they're, like, trying to go for, like, more relatable stories or some shit. But it just is weird to me that, like, villains have, like, entirely disappeared from, like, Disney's output. When they were, like, the king of villains before. Star Wars has good villains. Some of them have sad backstories like Boba Fett and Darth Vader. I mean, like, yeah, but Star Wars is, like... I mean, like, recently, you know? And, Star Wars hasn't had any good villains recently, has it, really? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I heard that Andor was good, actually, but... Like... I feel like we've not had another Darth Vader from Star Wars in a while. But... Even then, I more mean, like, main Disney. You know? Like, the main Disney itself. Thoughts on the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy 3? He was a really good villain. One of Marvel's best, I think. Definitely, like, up there. I do find it interesting, though. So, obviously, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is probably James Gunn's last film in the MCU. Definitely James Gunn's last film in the MCU. Now he's been, like, named head of, like, DCEU activities. But, what's this called? He's the... No, he's not the Collector. The Great Something. I can't remember his name. But, like... I guess minor spoilers. But, like, he's intent on building the perfect world. And, like, one of the worlds we see he's made is full of, like, talking animals. Who listen to Hatsune Miku music? But that's not the point. Like, it's, like, full of talking animals. And he's, like, after the perfect thing, but he's so, like... he's too busy, like, interfering with it to, like, let the perfect thing emerge on its own and whatnot. Yeah, people have compared him to Disney, basically. They're saying, like, he as a villain is built to, like, be like Disney. Also, Missy has arrived. Speaking of her, was speaking of her earlier. She has popped in. Surprisingly not to say hello, just to vibe. But yeah, like, there are a lot of comparisons between him and Disney, which, it surprises me they let him do that. Like, do you think they just didn't read into it well enough, or what? But I think he was definitely one of, like, the better villains in the MCU. I don't watch the main Disney movies, but Star Wars and Marvel are still good. That's a surprising opinion to hear. I feel like most people are saying Star Wars and Marvel have been falling off. I don't know, I feel like Marvel lost steam since Endgame is my hot take. I feel like, Marvel aren't putting out as good stuff as they used to, even if I have, like, passively enjoyed the last few Marvel movies, you know? No, the last few Marvel movies I've watched. Playing Hollow Knight, doing the final boss rush, and you think you got to the second to last boss? Hell yeah, GG, congratulations. Hopefully you can get further next time. Marvel after Endgame kind of led to a downfall, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I feel like it just kind of had a climax, you know? It had an end point. But because Marvel was making so much money, they weren't just going to end it, you know? Like, I get it. The Marvel comics, like, there's so much more content to adapt after Endgame, and a lot of people would have been really disappointed by, like, that happen, like, by it ending after Endgame, because there is so much more for them to adapt, so many superheroes they haven't done and whatnot, but it just feels like it has less of a direction. So, like, just all in all, I've just been watching I reset by accident. Yeah, I know. I've just been watching, like, the heroes I've been interested in. But nothing's, like, stood out to me enough to, like, make me want to see more out of that, you know? Any more films, like, outside of that. And I don't have Disney Plus, so I've not been keeping up with the shows or anything. Star Wars after Revenge of the Sith had a downfall, Limo. I mean, like, I'd say that's more of, like, after Disney bought it. I'm going to be interested to see what kids who grew up with the sequel trilogy are going to think of it after. Because I'm going to be blunt. The prequels were, like, hated to death back in the early 2010s. Like, everybody despised the prequels so much. Like, everyone turned around and was like, oh, what was it called? Clone Wars is the only thing that's come out good that's come out of Star Wars lately. Which is true. Clone Wars is good. I feel like that's why I'd say Star Wars didn't have a downfall after Revenge of the Sith. I'd say, like, maybe after Disney, but, like, even then, I'd say Force Awakens is, like, a decent film, you know? And I don't know, I've not seen Last Jedi in a while, but I did enjoy it when it came out, you know? Like, I know Last Jedi is, like, a very contentious one, and I feel like Last Jedi wouldn't be as hated as it is if if Skywalker Saga didn't deliberately play its cards to take away from The Last Jedi, you know? Like, it feels like Rise of Skywalker knew so many people hated Last Jedi, so tried to kick dirt over it, you know? But although I find it funny that you said, but Star Wars and Marvel are still good, and you've said current Star Wars and Marvel aren't good. I always just thought the recent trilogy was just a cheap knockoff of the original trilogy. That's fair. Honestly, I feel like it was just so badly handled, you would just have to wonder what the fuck was going through their heads. Like, there was clearly no consistent plan for what was going on. Like, Abrams just wrote The Force Awakens, laid down his little seeds, his mystery boxes as he called them, and there was nothing planned with that. So they gave it to Rian Johnson, and then the fans didn't like what they did with that, so they gave it back to J.J. Abrams, who was like, oh shit, let's just undo all of that and add in a bunch of random shit. There was no direction with it. Why not? You have one of the highest grossing franchises of all time in your hands, and you can make so much fucking money from it, and they did anyway. But they decided to give it to 3 different directors and not give them actual direction with, like, a through line. The problem with the last of the 3 is the iconic characters died in some way. They had to die, I'm gonna be honest. And, like, that's not, like, a negative thing, but, like, I think that, like, passing of the torch was always gonna be a part of that trilogy. Even if it was, you know, planned. I think that passing of the torch was an important part, because that's what happened in, like, the original trilogy as well. Was Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, died during it. Because they were passing the torch. It was the new generation's turn, it was Luke's turn, and Leia's turn, and Han's turn, to bring hope to the universe, and then it was their turn in the sequel trilogy, sorry, to pass their torch on to the next generation again. But there just wasn't any plan. And that's what annoys me about it. It's just the lack of a plan. Anyway, Rogue One's probably the best of... Rogue One's a good film. I like Rogue One. Rogue One's one of the better things to come out of Disney. Disney Star Wars. Well, that's really not how the books went. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that doesn't mean that has to be how it goes. KGM, hello! We're having the Star Wars discussion now. I hope you had a good BRB. C-3PO didn't have to die, though. But I guess it was a sacrifice to figure out the encryption. But he didn't die! C-3PO didn't die! 5 minutes later, they brought him back! He didn't even die! They sacrificed him, made a joke out of his sacrifice, and then 5 minutes later, he was back again! Christ, man. I don't know, I feel like that's honestly probably like one of the main reasons I just don't care about Star Wars that much anymore. Because it feels like Disney just don't know how to handle it. And it annoys me. But, Disney in 2023. Yeah. Apparently the CEO is planning on selling it. Which would be interesting to see. That's how I feel with Star Wars and Marvel now. I feel like Marvel has, like, shines of goodness left in it. But, like, overall, it should have ended at Endgame. It's nice to see, like, other properties like Spider-Verse do well in lieu of Disney just not keeping up with itself. I'm not even sure they know how to handle their own Disney properties. I mean, again, as I was saying, I feel like they don't, as I was saying earlier, I feel like they don't. Like, there have been no Disney villains lately. Villains are one of the most iconic parts of Disney. There have been no Disney villains. I think there was one in Lightyear, who was a twist villain, which I guess harkens back to, you know, the 2010s of Disney, where they decided that was the way to go. But now they've just abandoned villains entirely, for some reason. Like, I think... I hope Disney doesn't get sold. I hope it just dissolves, you know? That might be a bad thing for movies, though, actually. I don't know. Is there going to be a Toy Story 5? There is, yeah. They're making a Toy Story 5, apparently. And, like, 4 was actually pretty decent for what it was. Which is an unnecessary continuation. But they're making a 5th one. Though they always had to justify their own villains, their own villain struggle to make them out to be, wait, they had good intentions. Did they? Like, always? I don't know, I feel like... I mean, like, I don't know, like... What's it called? The brain. Yeah, pretty much. That's how Disney movies tend to be now. Oh, now? I don't know, I feel like we rarely even get villains now, you know? Like... Encanto, Turning Red... The, what's it called? Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Like, none of them have villains, they're just about, like, family struggles, which I guess is fair. It's good to have movies like that, but, like, it's all Disney are putting out nowadays. And especially after just the travesty that was the repeated, like, attempt at twist villains. Just kind of fell flat. Like, it just annoys me that they went from twist villains to just no villains at all. So you googled an Undertale character and you think the 20th result is a body pill of him. It'd be okay if he wasn't 7. Oh. I feel like there's no, like... Fans of things is something else. I mean, playing Pokemon, I feel like, says enough. But yeah. It feels like Disney is just lagging behind in general, though, honestly. Because, like, Spider-Verse came out, reinvigorated the animation industry, and even then, it feels like animated Disney films are still trying to be... still going at what they always kind of had, which is that, like, realism. Which is what the animation industry was trying to tend towards. But, like, now everyone's being like, oh, look at this, like, interesting... What was it called? Do miss the good old days. I'd say, like, it's more of, like, a... Back when Disney kind of let its people have more control. Because this is just, like, a Disney thing, honestly. Like, I think this is mostly a Disney issue. I'm gonna be blunt. People are always like, oh, I miss the good old days. This is a Disney issue. Because, like, so many other studios are hitting it out the park. DreamWorks just released Puss in Boots. I know they released that movie with the Kraken, but, like, they released Shark Tale after Shrek 2. So, like, shit like this just happens sometimes. A little mark on their record doesn't mean anything. So, studios can't hit it out of the park all the time. And Puss in Boots is a return to form. And they released Bad Guys before, which was, like, pretty well received as well. Spider-Verse came out recently. That Nimona film was great. I loved that Nimona film. That was a really good film. We've got Oppenheimer and Barbie coming out at the moment. The Last of Us series like, I don't know, I'm hesitant to call it a video game film because it was based on, you know, Last of Us. Which was like a very narratively driven game. But Mario movie came out, which, you know, was a very rare, decent film for Illumination. Like, you never get decent films out of Illumination these days. Like, Tears of the Kingdom just came out, Pikmin 4 just came out, you know? Like, there's good media. There's really good media these days. This isn't a media issue. This isn't a, oh, media nowadays is so shit. Because media's always had its, like, blips and stuff. Like, that Gollum game, every single game based on a movie back in, like, the 2000s, before they stopped being a thing, was shit. That was just how those games were. They were made to make a quick buck, and weren't, like, there wasn't effort put into them. Media nowadays isn't bad. It's good. It's just Disney don't seem to be keeping up with it. You know? Disney just seems to be dropping the ball as they get so much money that they can. Which I guess is, you know, the issue these days. Is people with too much money fucking everything up around them. X. Whatever the fuck that means. Oh shit, you seen the new King Kong game? Or the new Kong game? I have not seen the new Kong game. Yeah, sorry, I'm passionate, because, like, media nowadays is still good. Yo, we got the save file corruption. We're 2 hours into the stream and we only just got it. It looks horrible. Fair. I mean, yeah, there will always be, like, blips in, like, games, you know? Not every game is going to be a banger. A media renaissance isn't going to have only good games. But, I don't think media is getting worse. A lot of people, like, are constantly trying to convince you that, oh, media is getting worse. I don't think it is. There has always been bad media, and there will always be bad media. That's just how media is. Yeah, Twitter got changed to X. Yes, indeed. He's driving people off his site on purpose at this point. There's no way he's not, right? Like, I don't want to sound stupid saying this, but, like, he's got to. There's no way in hell that Twitter's current business model isn't drive anyone who won't pay us off the site so we actually can turn a profit. So we can cut down on server costs and actually turn a profit. I'm just interested to see how, like, things are going to go after. Because communication between creators and stuff, like, Twitter's a good place for that, you know? And I know I'm not that great at communicating with other creators, but, like, Twitter's always been, like, a good place for that. And it looks like it's going to be going. I just wonder how... Like, what are people who use Twitter a lot going to do after? Are they going to, like, just talk on TikTok? Because I'm going to be blunt, none of these, like, Twitter replacements are going to work. I haven't used Threads since the weekend it released, and I don't think anyone else is going to either. Because it's Threads. I kind of foresaw it, like... I saw it having a chance at, like, maybe beat, like, pushing out Twitter. Because, like, it was backed by Meta. But it wasn't a good enough app. It wasn't a good app. It wasn't a good enough app. It wasn't a good app in general. I'm just gonna have to end my online presence, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I've always been better at, like, you know, this like talking content than text-based content. Like, I've never been good at, like, Twitter or Tumblr or anything like that, really, but I'm just interested to see how social media and online communication is going to go after Twitter inevitably goes bankrupt. Feels like a tree frog who's slowly losing his habitat due to in the Amazon due to deforestation. That's an apt comparison. Like, I don't know, I feel like we've got to be nearing the birth of a new social media though, right? Like, TikTok's been around for the last, like, 5 years. I feel like we're... getting there. To, like, where we'll get a new social media. But I don't think it'll be another Twitter clone. Whatever it is, I don't think it's going to be a Twitter clone, because there are too many Twitter clones. You can be having a great day, but here comes Elon Musk on his X business, Surprised he didn't name the cars Tesla, Dream tried talking to his community about a new Minecraft SMP, but ended up writing the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That was months ago. I hate to be that guy. That was, like, a few months ago. And it was because he had, like, the exact same idea as, like, Quackity for an SMP. And, like, made problems up, basically. From what I understand. But, you know, I didn't really tip my nose in that much, because I don't really care anymore. I have grown past the point to care about dream drama. I have better things to do with my day and life than care about dream drama. I will hear information about it unwillingly, probably through a meme, but I do not care. Alright. I guess the big shame will be, though, that there'll be no more TikToks of people just on a green, like, people, like, keying themselves out. Of, like, yeah, keying themselves out with, like, a tweet behind them, you know? As they just, like, cover their mouths and, like, expect you to read the tweet. Like, that won't be a thing anymore. That's gone. That's over. Drew, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. You're playing White Suit, hell yeah, I hope you have fun with it. Just finished a playthrough of that myself. What you got? What do you mean what I got? Alright. Only thing you use on social media is look at the cat videos. That's a good use, honestly. That's probably one of the best uses. Do you want to go? Fair enough, Amwise. I hope you have a great rest of your day. You're hatching eggs for shiny Tepig? Hell yeah, best of luck with that. The Minccino method, Brugo, that's just where you breed a Pokemon with a, Pokemon... with a foreign Pokemon, and it boosts the shiny odds. 1 in 1365 in White 2, as Drew said. 1 in 512 in I know, you're just asking if they're using it. Oh, fair. That's right, you have a German Ditto. Oh, that's good. Especially in, like, White 2. Is this, like, an older copy? So you got it back when it released? Or were you using one of those, like, what's it called? I know people have, like, set up servers for old DS games that you can connect to. Someone traded you one the other night. You're going for the oval jump. Hell yeah. Best of luck with that as well. I feel like the oval charm hasn't been a thing for the last few generations. Using the GTS, yeah. So you're using one of those, like, one of the servers they set up, right? Fan setup. Which I think is really cool. Like, that's such a cool thing to happen. Like, I honestly just assumed that, like, internet connectivity on Black and White was just gone now, you know? And the fact fans have just turned around and been like, and set up servers themselves so they can still use the GTS, that's really cool. Shows, like, the power of, like, a big community like that. And, like, what can be achieved through it. I hope we get Dreamworld back at some point. That's, like, the big thing. You haven't done Dreamworld? Yeah, I mean... Is Dreamworld back? I thought we hadn't got Dreamworld back yet. And in Violet you have an Italian Ditto. Yeah, I think the Ditto I use for breeding is one of those, like, hacked ones that you get on Wonder Trade. Yeah, no, it's like a Zacian.net one. No, minor things work. Don't know if the whole connection pad thing works. Oh, that's cool. Maybe if once it's back up and running, I might do, like, a proper Dreamworld stream. That could be fun. Do you know if Mana's in Sleep? Do you think it's a waste if not? I don't know how far Sleep goes generation-wise yet. I've seen Larvitar and Mareep. Oh wait, no, I've seen Croagunks in it as well. I don't know. I've not played Pokemon Sleep the past couple of days because I, like, was going to bed the other night and my phone screen was just not working. Like... And it didn't work until the morning when I turned it off, like, I turned it off overnight. And it didn't work again until the morning. And, like, I don't know if that's an issue with the charger I was using, if I, like, somehow overloaded it. Because I changed the wire to a longer one for my wireless charger. I don't know if that's a Pokemon Sleep thing, because my screen's been on too much. And, like, it made the screen go fucky and stop working. But I am worried about losing my phone if I keep playing the game at this point. Like, Pokemon Sleep is such a cool idea, but I'm gonna be honest, leaving your phone on, face down, all night is a fire hazard. That's not a good suggestion. Like, that's not a good way for the game to work. Is it an Apple-certified cable? No, it's just a portable charger I have. I assume it's not an Apple-certified thing. I don't actually know. Maybe it is. I'm saying, at least they're encouraging sleep. Yeah, no. The sleep encouragement, that's good. That's good for your health. The part where they're encouraging you to put your phone face down on the bed, not good. Like, I know there's probably a low chance of, like, a fire breaking out or whatever. Or surely they wouldn't suggest that. But, like, that's not a zero chance. There's the possibility there. In terms of hazards, it is one. And I don't... It was fun for, like, the nights I did get to use it, but I'm just not sure if I'm willing to anymore because of the phone screen thing, and just in general, it seems like a bad idea. And, like, I was talking with a friend, and apparently you can give apps access to, like, keep them functional when your phone's off. Like, that's a functionality that you can have, but they're just not using it for whatever reason. They've just decided that, no, fire hazards are the better option here, clearly. You got an 8, right? Should switch to wireless, much better for the battery. Wait. Okay, no, so, brain, what's it called? I've got an 11 now. Did I ever have an 8 on YouTube? No, did I? Maybe in the early days. Did I? Or did I switch? I've got an 11. No, I've got a 12, sorry. That's incorrect. I've got an iPhone 12. Is what I've got. I don't know why I thought I had an 11. I've got a 12. I thought I had an 11 for a while. I was looking at the documents last night because, what was it called? Not last night, a couple of nights ago, because the thing. And I do use a wireless charger. But yeah, I'm going to make my brand account my main account. But I'll be deleting your dad's account, so you're a bit sad about deleting your dad's account from 2011. First one, but your dad said that you could. I mean, do you have to delete it? You could always just keep it around, right? There's nothing forcing you to delete it, you could just keep it. Like, unless there's like an actual reason you need to delete it, you could probably just leave it, right? It's a 4-day experience. If you find a Charizard, your phone overheats and bursts into flames. So you can now gifted memberships. Oh, fair. I mean, if your dad says it's okay. Like, if you've gotten permission and everything. Just make sure you've transferred everything important from it, I guess. But yeah, Rob, I have a wireless charger. Well, I guess it has a wire. It's like this circular panel. Sorry, no, I should have been clear. Okay, so basically, I used to have a short cable for my wireless charger. And it wouldn't reach up to my bed, so I went and got another one that was long enough to reach up to my bed. And obviously, two things have happened since then. One, one main thing has changed with how I've used my phone since then, and that is Pokemon Sleep. So it's either the fact that this charger is now... the wire's like too strong or some shit, and that fucked with my phone, because my phone was on charge on the wireless charger with the new cable when it shut off. Or, so it was either that, or just the fact that my phone's been on for the past few nights because of Pokemon Sleep. Sometimes I say a really long, like, thing, and I wonder if I rambled too much and it didn't make sense. But anyway. Like, I don't know if wireless chargers could necessarily overload your phone like that. But all I know is it was on charge when the screen stopped working. So that's the one line I can draw. Other than sleep. It might have just been a thing with the phone, to be fair. Wish you could make your dad's account a brand account and make your account the main account without deleting any account. Yeah, no, that would be a much, like, better thing to do. I mean, like... Have you, like, gotten into contact with YouTube about it at all? No. I mean, it might be worth a try if you're, like, if you wanna try keeping it. Maybe the phone doesn't like being charged while the game is going. I mean, the game wasn't on when the screen stopped working. Like, I went downstairs to, like, get some stuff sorted, do the washing up before bed and stuff, and when I came back up, it stopped working. How do you get in contact with YouTube? I mean, surely there's, like, a customer support line. Customer support email. Tweet at them. I know that can help. Tweet at Team YouTube. Or I guess X at Team YouTube. What are they going to use instead? Like, tweet is such a good verb. And he's ditching that? Brainless behavior, I swear. And people are like, oh, but X is so much better than Twitter. But Twitter's got the brand recognizability of the past decade and a half. And he's changing it. What if you need to find a video from Twitter now? Exactly! Exactly! But yeah, I'm sure like there's an email listed or a phone number listed or something like that you can like get in contact with for YouTube. And maybe they'll be able to help. He's so silly for real. Silly is just not... Like, I hear the word silly and I think of like a little cat doing a like goofy little dance. Not a billionaire destroying one of the biggest social media platforms. Funny. Not funny like haha, funny like weird. Yeah, no, that. I just find it funny how people keep on like mercilessly defending him. Mercilessly? Just defending him. Like, defending his decision to change the name of the app and stuff. And it's like, he's not gonna fuck you. He's not gonna have sex with you. Why are you so intent on defending every decision he makes? Is it because you hate the people criticizing him? Because you can hate him and the people criticizing him. You can criticize him and like him. I feel like there's this idea that's been pervading people recently, and that is if you like something, like someone, everything they do, you support. And it's just such a dumb idea. You sent back some feedback? Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd see if there's like an email or something that you can contact to maybe speed up the process as well. I don't know how quick they get back to feedback. But hopefully your request at least gets acknowledged. And then maybe you can start a conversation from there. Is Pokemon Sleep integrated with Go? I don't think so. I think they're two different apps. In fact, I think Sleep doesn't have any integration with the main series, so I think I remember people complaining about that. For some reason. Have Twitter, you're a kid. So, if you're not 13, which is the age you need to be to use Twitter, then you're also not old enough to have a YouTube account of your own. Just putting it out there. I thought you got a Snorlax and a nightcap from it. You saw it in a video. Oh, maybe. Or was that just a promotional thing they did alongside it? No idea. I mean, yeah, I've also got no idea. I've not played Go in a while. I played a bit of it last year. I did it on my walks, but in the end I kind of stopped doing it. For no, like, real, concrete reason, I just kind of didn't. Alright. Your dad lets you use YouTube, not Twitter, because Twitter is social media. I mean, that's fair, but as long as you're old enough to use both of them. Because it's not like a permission thing, it's a TOS thing. It's not a guideline, it's the rules of the app. And while arguably too easily bypassed, I wouldn't recommend anybody be watching my streams if they're not old enough to use YouTube. That reminds you, you should probably get your legendaries off of it. That's fair. I don't think no, I do. I have one legendary on Go, actually. Which is Articuno. I got a Galarian Articuno by, like, using one of those special incenses. Incenses! My tutor from secondary school has fucked me over. I've told this story before, but I'll always tell it. Oh, Freudian slip. It's a Freudian slip that I can't get out of my head, because once I went on, like, a school trip to a mosque, and we went down, like, to a nearby area, where they did, like, henna and stuff. And there were, like, a lot of incense around. And my history teacher and tutor group leader walked in, took one whiff of the air, says, "Oh, smells of incest in here," and walked out. And I'm never gonna forget that. I guess to the point where even I'm going to renew a new generation of people Oh, it stopped looping. The playlist, that's annoying. Alright. Or if I do add more songs to my playlist, maybe I can make it properly over 2 hours. Maybe I should try to add enough so, like, the playlist lasts the whole stream. That'd be interesting. But yeah. Do 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 ow 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 ow. Sorry, this theme is a banger. Easily the best bike theme they've done. I see why there was only one more generation with bikes after this. Although I guess Gen 9 does have bikes. Wait, no, Gen 8 has bikes. What the fuck am I talking about? But it doesn't have a bike theme, I don't think. And Gen 9 doesn't have a bike theme either. Wait, no, it does. The themes get a bit more tempo, a bit more intense when you're on your bike, don't they? Which I think is pretty fun. Alright. Oh, you have a ton of shinies in Go, you should save them. I tried to transfer my shinies out of Go to, like, my main games, but, it was when, like, Let's Go was, like, the only valid, like, transfer thing. And my shiny was a Mr. Mime, and I just couldn't get my phone to connect to my Switch for some reason. They just wouldn't connect. I do not know why. I guess it'd be easier to get them from Go into home, right? Do any of you guys pay for home year round? Or do you just, like, kind of transfer up what you want, then let it expire? Because I've always done the latter. Like, I see no need in just having it constantly. You buy it regularly, that's fair. Is it £3 for a month or is it £12 for a month? I forget. I think it might be £12 for a year, but I might be thinking of the Switch Online Pass. I'm not sure. Alright. Oh. I don't know why I made that noise. I just kind of slammed my bottle on the top of my shelf, and just that's the noise I made. For better or worse? Probably worse, I'm gonna be honest. Why did I make that noise? Alright. Oh, we're back! With the save file corruption message. I wonder when we're gonna get a release date for the expansion pass for Scarlet and Violet. Because I feel like it's got to be sooner rather than later, right? In the grand scheme of things. Because, like, it's due for, what, autumn time? It's interesting because it sounds like we're going to get the DLCs rather close together. I'm surprised they didn't push the second one back to spring because of it, but no, they're keeping it winter. I wonder if they're developed alongside each other by two different teams, or if they're developed by the same team, or what's going on there. Because I feel like it's clear that the first half got delayed. Because it's based on, like, a summer, like, festival in Japan. And it's releasing in autumn, which says to me that it wasn't originally meant to release in autumn. Oh, like theme over. Alright. Getting to that part of the stream where the brain dies, I'm getting to that point in the stream where I've also got nothing left on my notepad. Although, to be fair, I had more on the notepad today than I do normally. Alright. Alright, Rob, while you're here, do you ever dream about your phone? Because I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it recently. How, like, their phone never appears in their dreams. But, wondering how much they're onto something. Dream about it? Can't say you do. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, like, my phone appears in my dreams sometimes. Like, sometimes I have conversations with friends, like, over text. But they would try to, like, act like it means something about, like, the nature of mobile phones. That people don't dream about them, but I don't think it does. Because my phones do appear in my dreams. But you hardly ever dream. Oh, that's fair. I don't know, I feel like it's not that people hardly ever dream. I think some people just don't remember their dreams as much as others. I'm pretty sure I've, like, heard that from somewhere. That everybody dreams, it's just some people don't retain their dreams as often. So you gotta learn. I don't know, I always wanted to, like, properly learn to lucid dream when I was younger. I still kind of do, because lucid dreaming seems fun. But, like, I just kind of never got around to it. Well, not never got around to it, sorry. That's the wrong way of phrasing it. I got round to it, it's just I could never keep up it consistently. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, seeing as we only started dreaming in colour after TV was invented. Wait, really? I feel like that's gotta be like a myth, right? Actually, yes! Some studies have shown black and white dreams were far more common before colour TV was popular. Did they dream exclusively in black and white? No, but a surprising number of people report their dreams were predominantly in black and white. I really want to see... It's annoying. The progression of time is annoying. Because I'd want to do a study on people before TV and see how many of them dreamt in colour still. Because my prediction, I bet people dreamed in colour before black and white TV, but after TV became a thing, because everybody was watching TV, that kind of ingrained in their brains and they started dreaming in black and white instead. Because they were used to consuming media in black and white, and because dreams are kind of that, they were in like black and white. Because I feel like it couldn't have been like dreams were in black and white before TV, right? Surely not. Apparently some people still do dream in black and white, actually, so maybe I am not cooking. But that's really interesting. I always just assumed that was like a myth. Like one of those like plausible sounding myths that isn't actually real. I'm not sure, it would be interesting. But maybe people's understanding of dreams changed after TV? Maybe. Maybe. Human psyche's whack. That's my take. I mean, I always wonder what, like, thoughts were like before language. Because there was surely a time where our brains were at least, like, mostly as advanced as ours are now. But we hadn't formed language. Communication was still, like, varying grunts and noises instead of specific sounds to mean specific things. So how did we think back then? Because I think in language, you know, I think in English. Did we, like, think in, like, images? Or, like, emotions? Or did we just not? Was the thinking game changed after we came up with language? Because thinking became, like, so much more compounded? The issue is we could get answers to these things. Like, we could answer these questions. We could get 3 babies, or like 30 or 300 babies, raised like a third of them without TV, a third of them with black and white TV, and a third of them with color TV, and see how their, like, dreams differ. But that would be kind of unethical. We could get a child and have them raised among people who don't teach them language. But that would be even more unethical. Like, we have the capability, but we shouldn't, because of the moral implications. Although I guess raising a baby without TV isn't, like, that bad. I think the biggest issue would be raising a baby without TV. Like, raising a child without TV. and then introducing them to their peers who would be watching TV. So we make a town with no TVs in it. The kid who's only watching TV in black and white can be introduced to regular society fine, because, like, we just don't show them. We show them modern shows in black and white, right? I feel like that wouldn't work that well, because the shows aren't meant to be in black and white. Also, they could easily have access to, like, color TVs. Still, though, pretty unethical, I'd say. The ethics of said experiments are up for debate. Alright. We've done about 230 encounters today. How many Minccino streams have we done? The issue is the hunt does progress a lot slower, because A, my streams are only about 2.5 hours, and B, oh, what's it called? I only stream this once every 2 weeks. Power went out. Oh no, that's not fun. Is the power back? Right. You deleted it, you deleted it. I hope you didn't delete it twice. And there will be a negative amount of accounts. But fair enough, GG. Is GG the appropriate response to that? I don't know. I squinted a bit too hard there and thought that was the shiny for a moment. We're getting to the point in the hunt where, like, even when the shinies are vastly different, I trick myself for a split second into thinking the shiny's on screen even though it isn't. You don't regret it, although you are a bit sad. Yeah, that's fair. But it sounds like it was needed, so... As long as you got all the important stuff off of it, then... Alright. Probably wasn't worth it because you could just do it on this account, but it's fine, you won't die. That is true. That is very true. There will be no deaths involved. But if it makes things more convenient, I'd say it's still worth it all the same, right? Well, not a complete necessity. It streamlines the process. Otherwise, you wouldn't have wanted to do it in the first place, right? Alright. Yeah, looks like we might get to 2k encounters next stream. Which is pretty hype if I do say so myself. You know, I might try to get to 2k next time we stream this. Like, even if it ends up taking longer than a normal stream. Just so we can say we got to 2k. Because that is 1/4 of odds. Well, under 1/4 of odds, but you know what I mean. Need that shiny charm. Yeah, I need to get the shiny charm before I've started the game. That's so true. It's fine. I'll just complete the Pokédex. Wait. Wait, no. I complete the game, then I restart it. I complete the game, get the completed Pokédex, then restart it. Genius. The pressure is standing right there, just ask it. That's a good point. Alright. Alright. You could get the channel back, but you can't, sadly. I mean, like, again, you've, like, done it to, like, make things more convenient, so... Alright. Let's get to 1730, I think. And then I shall end off. And next stream we will get to 2k or die trying. Which probably won't happen. You're a very emotional person, so you feel like you're going to cry when you make something go away forever. You feel like something in your brain makes you feel sad. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's an understandable response. Especially if it's like something that meant something to you like that. So it makes sense that you feel that way. Don't, like, feel stupid for taking time to mourn. Even if it is something small. But again, at day's end, it sounds like it was, like, a worth it decision, so... Alright. Almost there. 2 more encounters, and then that'll be it for today. I do think. I dare say. Alright. And final encounter. Will we get the shiny on the final encounter, guys? Oh, final encounter shiny. Oh. No. Alright. You like the stream? Thank you. Why do you have an anime girl as you? I just have long hair and a pretty face. I am a guy. Believe it or not, guys can also grow out their hair long. This is like a really obscure fact. Guys can also grow out their hair long. Skill issue, exactly. It's a skill issue if you can't grow out your hair long. Or maybe if you can't get the shiny on the final encounter, but... Anyway. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Yeah, I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. Next stream will be on Wednesday. It'll be more One Lion versus Pokemon Platinum. Of course, last stream we beat the second gym, so we'll be going over to Hearthome, disproving the fact that you can indeed beat a ghost with a lion. But yeah, I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye, and good night.